April 10th, 2075, fourth moon. The season of connection. Pushed from the past, pulled from the future. Good evening. From the long view, I'm glad you're here. Across the northern hemisphere, April arrives in bloom. In the south, it arrives in release. The north turns toward light, the south toward rest. April holds them in quiet balance. One planet, shifting as a whole. A time when humanity begins again to notice. Today in Earth systems, water. In the years following the late 2020s, large-scale desalination systems, particularly across parts of the Middle East, revealed their limits. Vulnerable, expensive, and increasingly obsolete. Researchers were forced to reconsider a central assumption that fresh water required massive, centralized infrastructure. What emerged beginning in the early 2050s was smaller, distributed, and far more efficient across coastlines in what used to be known as California, Vancouver, northern Chile, the eastern Mediterranean, and beyond. New filtration membranes, modeled on biological channels, separated salt and contaminants using a fraction of the energy once required. Paired with low-temperature solar thermal systems, water could be drawn from seawater and brackish sources without the heavy electrical loads of earlier plants. These systems retained essential minerals, producing water stable for both human health and soil regeneration. Regions once dependent on diminishing snowpack and retreating glaciers were no longer left to dry between seasons. Vegetation returned. Root systems stabilized. Soil organic matter increased. Rainfall patterns began slowly to recover. At the same time, rising computational demand introduced a parallel challenge: cooling. By the early 2030s, data centers, once a strain on water and energy systems, shifted to closed-loop cooling, often placed within engineered lakes or restored waterways. Heat was not released into surrounding ecosystems, but redirected where needed, supporting agriculture and maintaining regional balance. What began as a response to water scarcity became a rebalancing of the water cycle itself. Tonight, we are opening a quiet space within this broadcast for your voice. We invite brief reflections, what you are noticing, restoring, or beginning where you are. You may find what you are moved to present is already part of a wider signal, one that travels not only through language, but through other ways of knowing. We begin with a first reflection from Mika Donna, 16, a member of the Wabanaki people from the northeastern Atlantic coast of North America.
I've been drawing since I could hold a pencil. That's what my teachers say. They always know where to find me. Back in the art room or somewhere quiet trying to get something right before it slips away. Mostly, I draw my people, my family, the way someone stands when they're waiting on the tide, the way hands look after working in the water. It feels like if I don't draw them, they'll get lost. I draw the marsh too, cattails mostly. I've liked them since I was little. They don't look like much from far away, but up close, they're everything. My grandmother says you can use the whole plant. In spring, the shoots are soft. You can eat them. The roots too, if you clean them right. Later, the pollen can be gathered, mixed into flour. The leaves can be woven. The fluff can help start a fire. She says they used to be everywhere. I almost took a job inside. Lights on all day, same floor, same voice, asking if you found everything okay. It would have been easier, but the tide kept pulling at me. Where I'm from, when the tide goes out, we go with it. Families, kids, elders, we walk the bare shoreline and tend the beds, turning the sand, clearing debris, making space for food to grow back. Clams, mussels, sea greens. You don't take everything, you don't rush it, you leave enough so it returns. People tried for a long time to make us forget this place, or to use it like it didn't matter. Some of that worked, most of it didn't. We're still here. I used to think the older ones held too much back. People would come around curious, asking questions, and the answers didn't always come. I didn't like that, but I get it more now. You don't give something away just because someone wants it. Still, I think my generation stands somewhere different. Not closed, not wide open either. Maybe paying more attention, trying to figure out what can be shared without losing what matters. At school, they tell us to think about the future, pick something, plan it out. But out here, that's always happening. The water comes back, the food comes back, if you take care of it. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. I'm already part of this. Not just working, making money. There's someone at school who says to follow what feels alive. I think this is what she meant.
The future is shaped by what we choose to notice and what we choose to return. In water drawn gently from the sea, and water once lost to the sky, now gathered again in the desert, we learned that meeting a need is not the same as restoring a place. And so, we chose to do both. It's something my grandmother understood long before we had language for it. I'm Nicole Redbird Green. Thank you for sharing your attention with me tonight. If you can, return something small. Reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Water something that isn't yours. Plant a seed, knowing you may not be the one who sees it grow, or simply pause. And notice what today asks to be seen, held close, and treasured. This has been The Long View. Good night.
Now our minds are one. We give thanks to the waters, the plants, the animals, and the trees, to the winds, the sun, and the moon, for the life they carry and sustain. And in this we remember. We are part of the great circle. Now our minds are one.